Today is the 6th of March. I'm standing here in tea estate called Tobeto, or Top of the East, in Yokosawa, Shizuoka Prefecture, Japan. The tea plant is still in its dormant season, so we're not here to pick any leaves, but the reason that we're here today is that we're gonna prepare the tea plant for the first harvest season, for the spring season. As the tea plant grows, it tends to send nutrition upwards. That means that the upper part of the plant, the upper buds and the upper leaves, will grow very quickly. However, when you're making high quality tea, you want leaves of a similar quality and size as possible. So what we're doing is that we're cutting the upper part like this. This is called tekishin, or tipping. By doing so, we prevent nutrition from being sent upwards, and instead nutrition will be sent equally to all parts of the tea plant. And this is a very important step in order to make high quality shincha, or first harvest tea. And this whole tea estate will be taken care of during the next couple of days, perhaps during a week or so. It's not a very hard work, but it takes a lot of time, and you can only do it by hand or by using scissors. You cut a plant one by one, so it's not very hard, but it requires a lot of time and a lot of patience. In early March this year, 5 people worked on this tea plantation for about 6 days, removing the apex of the tea plants in order to redirect nutrition from the top of the plant to the side of the plant, and to promote an even growth of the new buds coming out in spring. This was done by scissors on all the plants, one by one. Today is the 22nd of May. Harvest has just begun, and what we're seeing now is the result of this work in March. As you can see, we got an even growth, we got strong leaves coming out, rich in nutrition, and of course very rich in flavor and taste as well. I think we're going to end up having very good tea this year. Today is the first day of harvest here on Tobeto, Top of the East, the tea plantation located in Shizuoka Prefecture, Japan. This tea plantation is very unusual in many ways because of its high altitude, 800 meters above sea level, and also because the tea is entirely picked by hand, which is very unusual in Japan these days, as tea picking is almost entirely mechanized. We're only picking the best leaves, and this is the reason why we're going through the trouble of picking the leaves by hand. We're not just picking any leaves, but only the best parts. Naturally, we would pick the 2 leaves in the bud, the uppermost part, but this may come as a surprise to many viewers. We're also picking the 3rd leaf because it has a lot of taste and flavor. However, this hard stem here won't let itself be rolled into good sencha, so we're omitting this part. So we're taking 2 leaves in the bud and the 3rd leaf. And the reason that we're doing this is that we want to produce the best possible Japanese tea.
はるみさんか。
今から荒茶を仕上げします。で、仕上げっていうのは何？
Now I will refine this aracha. Refining tea means that we are getting rid of all the parts that are necessary for maintaining the quality over a long time.
仕上げって呼んでいます。じゃあ、ちょっと仕上げてみます。
Right now, I'm using the air created by this motion to get rid of all the light parts of the aracha. The light parts have a large area for its weight, and therefore tend to be easily exposed to air, moisture, and light, hence deteriorate easily, which is why we are removing it. By doing this, we are able to prevent the quality from degrading, and we are able to enjoy good tea throughout the year.
これ棒の部分ですね。
These parts are stalks or stems. This will become kukicha or bocha. When making Japanese tea, the first step is steaming. During the steaming process, the different parts, like the leaves, the stems, and so forth, will end up differently, and things of different quality will end up in our tea, so we are removing them. This is usually done by using machinery. However, this time I'm doing it by hand to illustrate it more easily. After the aracha, crude tea, has been sorted and the quality arranged, we enter the next production stage, which is further drying. By adding heat, we are drying the leaves. What I have here on top of the burner is a metal tray. This would normally be carried out using machinery. I'm doing this by hand now to explain it more easily though. In order to heat up the leaves, we are using the heat transferred from the tray and the warm air. This is called hiere, or firing, but it is actually a part of the drying process. By extracting excess moisture from inside the leaves, we are able to halt degradation, and the taste of the tea also becomes richer. This is the point of the hiere process. The reason that we're stirring and mixing the leaves is that we want to add heat evenly. Our goal here is not to add a roasted aroma, so we take great care not to burn the tea. In the factory, we would look at the monitor and make sure that it is set to gentle heating and then adjust it. We wait and see, and then add more heat evenly. When all the leaves are evenly heated, we put another metal tray on top of the other. We use the moisture that appears on the surface in the process to dry the leaves without burning them. Feeling the heat with our hands, we judge when the time is right to remove the tray. By looking at the bottom of the upper tray, we can see that it is slightly wet. This moisture came from the tea leaves. And this moisture will make it difficult to preserve the quality, so we make sure that the tea is dried properly. Basically, moisture will not push the tea aroma in a good direction. The hiere drying process is repeated and finally stopped when the tea is dry enough.